Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? Chapter 31. In everyone's sight, Yi Heng, who appeared on the big screen, passed through the demon refining tower at an extremely perverted speed, and this almost oppressive force attracted everyone's attention, and hundreds of thousands of people were present at this moment. They were all observing Yi Heng, who was in the refining demon tower at the moment. The heart is full of disbelief, thinking that a person with such strength does not look like a puppeteer at all. Instead, it should be an extremely powerful hidden professional owner. But right now, the facts are in front of them, and they have to believe it. What a terrifying four-dimensional attribute. The few puppets he controlled had at least more than 300 attribute points. Such a terrifying value is completely unattainable even for ordinary fourth-order professionals. I'm already stupid. That puppet not only has a strong four-dimensional attribute, but also has a very evil power. Not only can it change the body, but it can also absorb all the attacks released by monsters. Quote, can't be defeated, can't be destroyed, all damage received will be healed in an instant. Is the puppeteer really that strong? It's not that the puppet master is strong, but simply Yi Hengqiang. Anyway, among all the puppet masters I have seen, there is no such strong force in the same period. But then again, why is Yi Heng so strong? It stands to reason. The starting point is the same for everyone. Quote, it's too strong. If I fight him, I guess I won't last even a minute. Quote, After seeing Yi Heng's performance in the demon refining tower, many students felt unbelievable. It stands to reason. So far, it is impossible for anyone to have such terrifying values and power. But the facts were so in front of them that they couldn't refute it. At the same time that Yi Heng entered the demon refining tower, in the teacher's office of Beijing University on the other side, Li Long, who had just returned from his inspection of various academies, had also just returned. At this moment, the situation in the demon refining tower in various regions was being broadcast in the office, and everyone was also using this to discuss what good seedlings had appeared this year. Several of the teachers took a fancy to a kid at the same time, which also caused heated discussions. And when they saw Li Long coming here, they also asked, Principal Li, I heard that you enrolled a student named Yi Heng in advance at Qinglong City No. 1 Middle School, and still a puppeteer. Quote, what's wrong? Before the words fell, Li Long stepped forward and asked what he wanted to ask, and it was his question that made all the teachers in the table interested. They all said, there are a lot of good seedlings this year, by Picturesque of the Bai family, and the top students of various famous schools have awakened a very powerful hidden career template, and have good strength. And our Beijing actually did not choose any of them this year, but ran to choose Yi Heng, who had a puppet master template. Quote, you're trying to say that I have a problem with my eyes, aren't you? When Li Long heard this, he understood what the few people in front of him wanted to say, and his face suddenly became a little displeased. Looked at, he was not ready to continue explaining, but directly transferred the real-time video of the current Qinglong City refining demon tower, and then turned the camera directly to Yi Heng. After seeing that Li Long was actually serious, several people stopped gossiping, turned their heads one after another, and watched the camera on Yi Heng's side. Just after several people saw that Yi Heng was really a puppeteer career template, their hearts began to despise. After all, the professional template of the puppeteer is estimated to be known to everyone, even if it is stronger than his peers in a short period of time, but the more he goes, the greater the resistance. And just when several people were still looking at Yi Heng with questioning eyes, a few pains standing in front of him attracted everyone's attention. How the hell are these puppets made? How come each of them has such bizarre powers? What a terrifying four-dimensional attribute. Really fake, so strong. Even a fourth-order professional is not enough to hang in front of him. What a change. Such a strong puppet, he actually has 5. Could it be that he didn't awaken the puppeteer panel at all? How the hell did he do this? After seeing Yi Heng's performance again, many teachers were shocked. They originally thought that the puppeteer was just a very chicken professional panel, but after they saw the strength Yi Heng displayed, they have changed this perception. It was simply too perverted. According to their observations, all the puppet attributes displayed by Yi Heng alone exceeded 300 points at the very least. More than 300 points, what kind of concept is this? Even some fourth-order professionals may not be able to have data. And this is just a puppet made by Yi Heng in the second-order stage, but give him a little more time, or give him more and better resources. Will he be able to make a puppet that surprises everyone? Maybe by that time, Yi Heng would be enough to give the puppeteer this panel a proper name. I didn't expect that this little devil actually went to the college entrance examination. This is something I didn't expect. But what I didn't expect the most was, his strength has improved so much in such a short period of time. Quote, driving 5 puppets at once. This has not happened in the entire history of China. Genius, there is no doubt that he is a genius. The more Li Long looked at the battle video from Yi Heng's side, the more he felt that Yi Heng was a very rare person, and if he came to Beijing to develop in the future, he would definitely invest the best quality resources for his rapid growth. Let him raise his strength to the highest point in the shortest possible time. Li Long firmly believes that as long as Yi Heng can be successfully cultivated, he will definitely be able to solve the problems of the current situation. Even if the demon tide invades in the future, he is definitely the biggest resistance force. At this moment, Yi Heng, who was in the demon refining tower, did not know that his current battle video was being watched by hundreds of thousands of people, or even hundreds of people, and his only thought now was to do it in the shortest possible time. Pass through as many layers as possible. Only in this way can he get the best performance in this college entrance examination. And what he did, just as planned. In just 3 minutes of coming in, Yi Heng had already broken into the 6th layer, and the speed was so fast that ordinary people were shocked, even Tianzhao was trampled on the soles of his feet. At the same time, at the moment when Yi Heng had just entered the 6th layer, he also encountered the first boss level. Standing in front of them are 2 monster bosses whose strength has reached the 4th order, and their attributes and strength are not inferior to the snake ancestors encountered in the 4th order copy before, and even because they are 2 bosses, Yi Heng's current situation is far more dangerous than at that time. It looks like it's about to start here. In that case, just use the animal road. Yi Heng looked at the 2 4th order monsters that appeared in front of him. His face did not change, but immediately controlled the beast Dao standing in front of him, and along with the transmission of ideas, the beast Dao instantly leaned down and clapped his hands on the ground. He muttered, "Psychic." As her words fell, a large amount of white mist suddenly exploded in front of her, and then a 3-headed red demon dog that was 5 meters tall appeared, with reincarnation eyes in both eyes and malnourished demon wings on its back. Roar! Just when the Cerberus appeared, it roared at the 2 monsters in front of it, and then rushed out uncontrollably towards the front, and it could be seen that it was completely controlled by the Eye of Reincarnation. Timidity is not possible, or maybe it's a situation of fear. Poof! Boom! Seeing the Cerberus rushing in front of him, the 2 bosses guarding this level simultaneously attacked it, and the next second the attack fell firmly on the Cerberus, and it was indeed damaged. An accident happened. The 3 Cerberus under attack separated 3 Cerberus directly from the neck, and because the boss's attack fell, the Cerberus would continue to split. See this scene. Not only the students sitting on the sidelines were stunned, but even the teachers of Beijing University in the capital were also stunned. They are a little confused. How the hell is this done? However, before they could continue to react, Beastway continued to run in the direction of the 2 bosses in front of her, and while she ran, her hands were still sealing, and her mouth was also saying psychic techniques one after another. Soon, a green-haired giant beaked bird with its wings spread out of thin air appeared, its mouth slashed the ground of the demon refining tower, and it was still not afraid of death and rushed towards a monster boss in front of it. Just the moment of touching, one of the monsters was shot out, and before it could react, there was a sudden abnormal noise above its head, and its body began to hang uncontrollably. A huge chameleon body began to appear, and what came out of its mouth was a face full of disregard. The human way. He expressionlessly held the controlled boss's head, and after a few minutes, his right hand grabbed the sky, and the boss died instantly. That puppet was actually able to summon monsters. And these monsters also have those strange eyes. Shouldn't Yi Heng be able to control the monsters to fight for themselves? Quote, I grasp. This Nima told me that he is a second-order professional. Don't tease me, okay. Crazy. How the hell to fight? It's like a monster. Yi Heng, this person is a monster. People can't get the idea of confrontation. Yi Heng is a monster. Quote, Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? 32. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? Chapter 32. You can actually psychic so many monsters at the same time. Could it be that Yi Heng is not a puppeteer at all? Is it a summoner? I don't know. I don't know anything. After seeing Yi Heng's performance, everyone was directly dumbfounded, not knowing what had just happened, or what had gone through. Yi Heng was actually so violent, not only the puppets he controlled were far beyond ordinary people. Even the abilities they possess are eye-opening. It's just very feeling magical. They all sighed that this is really the power that a second-order professional can have. It's incredible. Dash 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 dash. At the same time, Bai Ruhua, who was also breaking through the level, also entered the 5th layer, and when he saw the 2 4th-order monster bosses standing in front of him, his expression suddenly became serious. Speaking of which, as the entire wuxia is very strong and has a deep background, the Bai family. She had high hopes when she entered the demon refining tower. 2 4th-order monster bosses, it looks like you have to be a little more serious. After seeing the 2 bosses in front of him, Bai Ru Picturesque did not hold up at all, and after pulling out the katana on his waist, the whole person turned into a phantom. The next moment, she appeared behind the 2 monster bosses in front of her, and after slashing a few times, countless blood gushed out, and a monster boss standing in front of her also fell to the ground in response. After disposing of one of the monsters, Bai Ru Picturesque also continued to rush to the other monster expressionlessly, and after using a skill, the katana in her hand was suddenly covered with a large amount of golden light and slashed forward. With a huge moon wheel chopping out, the remaining bosses also fell to the ground in response. Such a gorgeous posture and flowing movements make people can't help but marvel, and they will also sigh at her own strength. With the weapons given to me by my family, this refining tower may be able to reach the top. At that time, you will be able to get the best resources to instill. Bai Ru Thrush's eyes revealed full confidence. She was full of confidence that she could climb the demon refining tower and obtain extremely high scores. After all, just before she came to participate in the college entrance examination this time, she had already received secret special training within the family, whether it was the degree of run-in with the career template or the various rare equipment she wore. All are far ahead of their peers. She doesn't believe that with so many conditions, she can't get the highest score in this college entrance examination. I won the top spot in this year's college entrance examination. Bai Ru Picturesque withdrew the katana she was holding in her hand and said lightly, and then she walked towards the entrance on the next floor. Dash 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 dash. At this moment, Yi Heng, who had successfully passed the 5th layer, successfully arrived at the 6th layer, and at the same time that he had just arrived here, 4 hideous bosses with hideous bodies exuding terrifying demonic aura suddenly appeared in front of him. With just a glance, Yi Heng was sure that the monster in front of him was stronger than the ground he had encountered before. 4 4th-order monster bosses. I didn't expect that the 6th layer refining tower had already reached this level. Quote. After Yi Heng arrived here, he had already realized that the boss encountered in this layer was far stronger than the ground he had just encountered, and it was much stronger. Thinking of this, Yi Heng could get the maximum possible full score in the college entrance examination in order to be able to pass this level with maximum efficiency. So from the beginning, he directly used the animal path to channel 10,000 snakes. Psychic. After biting his thumb, Beast Dao directly slapped his hands on the ground, and after a huge crisp sound, a large amount of smoke suddenly exploded in front of him, just when the 4 monsters in front of him were in a state of confusion. A purple giant snake with a body length of tens of meters and purple ripples in its eyes appeared out of thin air in the alchemy tower. It's just appearing. It directly brings a great sense of oppression, which makes people's hearts bring a great sense of oppression. This is 10,000 snakes. In the original work, the big snake pill cannot fully control the psychic beast. But through the eye of reincarnation, 10,000 snakes are just my puppets. Yi Heng looked at the 10,000 snakes in front of him who were channeled out of thin air by the Beast Dao, and his heart was suddenly filled with deep joy. This psychic effect can be described as a great success. After all, this is 1,000 snakes. The psychic beast of the Great Snake Pill, one of the 3 ninja in the original work, can bring him more than the few psychic beasts contracted by the Beast Dao. Dash 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 dash. Just after Yi Heng successfully channeled out the 10,000 snakes, the inside and outside of the refining demon tower began to vibrate, and they all watched the video coming from the refining tower in disbelief, and some of them even began to speak unfavorably. This, how can it be? How the hell did you do it? Yi Heng, isn't he a puppeteer? So how did this tens of meters long purple giant snake come about? Crazy, huh? I really can't understand this student named Yi Heng now. It's terrifying. Being able to summon such a huge giant snake out of thin air, even a top summoner can't do it at the second order. Yi Heng is definitely a genius. At this moment, many teachers sitting in the office of Beijing University also saw Yi Heng's performance from the side of the refining tower. Everyone began to be shocked, saying that it was already very legendary that peers could pass the 5th layer. But Yi Heng, not only did he successfully pass the 5th layer with the puppeteer's template, but the strength he displayed became more and more terrifying. Human body transformation, soul extraction, devouring attacks, psychic monsters. These very powerful abilities are actually possessed by a second-order professional. It's incredible. People can't help but marvel. I didn't expect that. Yi Heng has far more potential than I thought. Long, who saw this scene, was also very surprised. Now he can really see the strength that Yi Heng has, and his heart is also full of excitement. He originally thought that the other party was able to defeat the third order with the strength of the first order. It was already very good. The main thing that matters most is his integration of the puppeteer template. But now it seems, he himself is far from reaching the limit, and it is estimated that there are still many whole cards that have not been shown. Maybe there will be more surprises next. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? 33. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? Chapter 33. 4 4th Order Monster Bosses. I didn't expect that the 6th layer refining tower had already reached this level. Quote. After Yi Heng arrived here, he had already realized that the boss encountered in this layer was far stronger than the ground he had just encountered, and it was much stronger. Thinking of this, Yi Heng could get the maximum possible full score in the college entrance examination in order to be able to pass this level with maximum efficiency. So from the beginning, he directly used the animal path to channel 10,000 snakes. Psychic. After biting his thumb, Beast Dao directly slapped his hands on the ground, and after a huge crisp sound, a large amount of smoke suddenly exploded in front of him, just when the 4 monsters in front of him were in a state of confusion. A purple giant snake with a body length of tens of meters and purple ripples in its eyes appeared out of thin air in the alchemy tower. It's just appearing. It directly brings a great sense of oppression, which makes people's hearts bring a great sense of oppression. This is 10,000 snakes. In the original work, the big snake pill cannot fully control the psychic beast. But through the eye of reincarnation, 10,000 snakes are just my puppets. Yi Heng looked at the 10,000 snakes in front of him who were channeled out of thin air by the Beast Dao, and his heart was suddenly filled with deep joy. This psychic effect can be described as a great success. After all, this is 1,000 snakes. The psychic beast of the Great Snake Pill, one of the 3 ninja in the original work, can bring him more than the few psychic beasts contracted by the Beast Dao. Just after Yi Heng successfully channeled out the 10,000 snakes, the inside and outside of the refining demon tower began to vibrate, and they all watched the video coming from the refining tower in disbelief, and some of them even began to speak unfavorably. This, how can it be? How the hell did you do it? Yi Heng, isn't he a puppeteer? So how did this tens of meters long purple giant snake come about? Crazy, huh? I really can't understand this student named Yi Heng now. It's terrifying. Being able to summon such a huge giant snake out of thin air, even a top summoner can't do it at the second order. Yi Heng is definitely a genius. At this moment, many teachers sitting in the office of Beijing University also saw Yi Heng's performance from the side of the refining tower. Everyone began to be shocked, saying that it was already very legendary that peers could pass the 5th layer. But Yi Heng, not only did he successfully pass the 5th layer with the puppeteer's template, but the strength he displayed became more and more terrifying. Human body transformation, soul extraction, devouring attacks, psychic monsters. These very powerful abilities are actually possessed by a second-order professional. It's incredible. People can't help but marvel. I didn't expect that. Yi Heng has far more potential than I thought. Long, who saw this scene, was also very surprised. Now he can really see the strength that Yi Heng has, and his heart is also full of excitement. He originally thought that the other party was able to defeat the Third Order with the strength of the First Order. It was already very good. The main thing that matters most is his integration of the puppeteer template. But now it seems, he himself is far from reaching the limit, and it is estimated that there are still many whole cards that have not been shown. Maybe there will be more surprises next. Let's test it now, the combat power of 10,000 snakes. After quietly watching the behemoth in front of him, Yi Heng no longer hesitated, and directly chose to control it and start a crusade against the 4 monster bosses that appeared in the demon refining tower. With a huge roar, the huge snake suddenly began to move, because the huge body still had strength, almost just moved, the entire floor began to move. Just after the 4 Fourth Order monster bosses in front of them saw this scene in front of them, they just wanted to take a counterattack, but they were directly hit by a tail sweep, and immediately began to fly out upside down. The powerful strength value almost made its body explode as soon as it touched, and the blood began to flow uncontrollably, and finally it was killed on the spot. Seeing this, the other remaining monster bosses also suddenly felt like great enemies, ready to charge forward. As a result, he found that his body had already been restrained by the snake's tail, and soon while tightening, he was also killed one after another, becoming a puddle of meat mud. This is the power of 10,000 snakes. The 4th Order monster can't fight at all. With it, I should be able to defeat the 5th Order monster. Yi Heng is very excited in his heart now. The pain he originally made through the puppet template is still handy in dealing with the 4th Order copy, but if he encounters the monster produced by the 5th Order copy, it may be a little difficult. But now with the addition of 10,000 snakes, this problem has long dissipated. Even if he put aside the cooperation of pain, the 4-dimensional attributes that 10,000 snakes had just displayed could completely allow him to easily smooth out the monsters produced by these 4th Order copies. Directly rushed into the 5th Order copy. Come to think of it, Yi Heng suddenly had no worries, directly relying on the 10,000 snakes and began to frantically charge, and then as long as there were no 5th Order monsters in the refining tower. Then for him, it is simply like walking on the ground. With a light sound of teleportation, Yi Heng suddenly teleported to the 7th layer, and the scene of entering this layer was the same as the 6th layer, almost just entering, and then came to the 8th layer in an absolute crushing posture. And this immediately attracted the attention of the surrounding audience, and they began to talk about it. All go. What the hell is this Yi Heng? How long has it been? It has already broken through the 6th layer and come to the 7th layer. This should not be a person from a big family. It's really a little difficult to understand. Is this Yi Heng a monster? Otherwise, how could it have such a strong power? In the future, you will have to take a good look at the prejudices about the profession of puppeteer, who can explain to me why this Yi Heng is so fierce. I also want to know. All the puppets he has are ridiculously strong, not at all like real people can make them, and how the hell did that huge purple snake that had just been summoned do it? I can't imagine. This is actually someone of the same age as us, and the dimensionality reduction blow belongs to the is. Everyone present was deeply shocked by Yi Heng's strength. It stands to reason that at present, it is already very good that Pierce can pass the 3rd layer of the demon refining tower. And there are only a few people who have passed through the 4th layer, and the strength that Yi Heng has shown right now makes everyone feel shocked. Because he is not just passing through the 3rd or 4th layer, but trying to reach the top. This is something that not many high school students have been able to accomplish since the opening of the Alchemy Tower, and if they really succeed in reaching the top, they will definitely be the first person in history. Thinking of this, everyone present immediately began to watch seriously. And the organizer responsible for broadcasting the internal situation of this refining tower is also very sensible, and directly focused the most attention on Yi Heng's side, and almost everyone is observing the video situation on Yi Heng's side at this moment. At the same time, Yi Heng, who instantly passed through several layers with the power of 10,000 snakes, also successfully reached the 10th layer, and he did not know the situation in the outside world. Instead, I just want to get the best reward for this achievement mission. So he just arrived at this level, and couldn't help but say that all the whole cards were thrown out, and now with the power of 10,000 snakes, as well as all kinds of pain. Successfully walking here, it is definitely the highest level of the demon refining tower. Just after he made such a decision, a huge purple prison Yan Luo suddenly appeared in front of him, and he was also surrounded by all kinds of psychic beasts that had been channeled by the beast Dao. Although it seems that there are many varieties, but in fact, all of them are controlled by the Eye of Reincarnation, and there is no way to escape. Take a look. The monster situation on the last layer. Quote. What kind of attributes does a fifth-order monster have? Walking. Here, Yi Heng did not dare to raise his head, and directly threw out the detection technique at the two monster bosses in front of him, accompanied by a flash of light. Information about the two monsters suddenly appeared in front of him. Race. Demon Spirit Cancer. Strength. 852. Physical Strength. 1378. Agility. 438. Wisdom. 545. Skills. Hard Armor, Dementor, Water Spirit Shelter. ... Such a high 4-dimensional attribute value. Is it really used to test college entrance examination candidates? Quote. Anyone who comes here, without the corresponding strength, it is estimated that it will be killed instantly. ... Quote. Yi Heng looked at the giant cancer that appeared in front of him that was the size of a small mountain. My heart suddenly began to be shocked, for many reasons. The cancer in front of you is too huge. It looks like a full tens of meters. The main thing is, its 4-dimensional attribute actually reached a terrifying hundreds of points, and its physical strength had reached more than 1,000 points. If a normal person comes here, seeing this picture, it is estimated that he does not even know in what direction to attack. After looking at the 4-dimensional properties of the cancer for a while, Yi Heng suddenly shook his head helplessly. This is also the case where he has the system, if it is someone else. Peers. How is it possible to fight against the boss of the fifth-order copy at this stage? It is estimated that he was killed as soon as he came, and he couldn't even scream. Roar. Without waiting for Yi Heng's reaction, the demon spirit giant crab that appeared on the 10th layer of the refining tower just locked Yi Heng in front of him, and directly began to rush towards him like crazy. The hard shell on the body also began to harden and solidify at the same time, and even appeared anti-magic. Seeing this scene, Yi Heng directly controlled the 10,000 snakes and hellhounds, rushed up, and used the stone panda to block the direction of his advance. Although the stone panda was composed of hard stones, after facing the impact of the demon spirit giant crab, cracks began to appear in the entire body, and an incomprehensible expression suddenly appeared on its face. However, just as the demon spirit cancer was about to continue its attack, all the surrounding pain rushed to his surface. Past his own chakra to the animal road. Psychic. Beast's hands slapped down on the case of the devil spirit crab, and with a crisp sound, a large amount of white mist suddenly appeared in front of him, and then 2 huge centipedes were summoned out of thin air from the surface of the devil scale cancer. The huge pain made the devil spirit cancer couldn't help but start screaming, and began to attack chaotically like crazy. It first grabbed the Asura Dao that jumped over its head, cut it hard, and then prepared to throw it into its mouth. And at the moment, 10,000 snakes used their bodies to completely bind it, and began to attack the wound of the demon spirit giant crab with the poisonous fangs in their mouths, and in a short time, their wounds began to fester, and blood began to flow out unstoppably. Soon, its mountain-like body began to falter, and finally it fell directly to the ground, and its body appeared a strange purple. Yi Hengguang knew the same. This is because of the venom influence of the 10,000 snakes themselves, making it poisonous and die in an instant, but I don't know if I don't know. It was a shock. Such a terrifying venom can actually spread throughout the body in an instant. Even if it is said to others, no one will believe it at all. This is simply shocking. But right now, Yi Heng was only slightly shocked for a moment. The thing he cared about most now was whether this achievement task has been completed. After completion, what kind of reward did he get? Open black lens bracket ding dong. Congratulations to the host for successfully completing this achievement task, receiving rewards for 6 belt soil crafting templates, the core of the heavenly Dao Pain Man's crafting process, psychic beasts, toad buntai, slug. Close black lens bracket. With the cancer in front of him being successfully killed, Yi Heng's side also received feedback from the system at the same time, informing him that he had received a large number of rewards. It includes 6 strip soil crafting panels, the core of the Heavenly Dao Pain Man's crafting process. Psychic beasts, toads, buntai, slugs, etc. These rewards made Yi Heng feel very unrealistic. The reason is simple, it is so rich that he feels that he is really a little too surprised. 6 strips of soil to make templates. Grass. Can this actually be made into a puppet? Quote. Crazy. Yi Heng's attention was first attracted by the 6 strip soil panels he had just obtained. The face is full of deep excitement. You know, in the original work of the Naruto anime, it can reach the 6th level, which is already considered the upper ceiling level. Not to mention, Uchiha Obito itself has a very strong Sharingan eye technique. Divinity. But if the 6 soil formwork can be successfully manufactured, then it will definitely improve Yi Heng's own strength by a lot. And provide a guarantee of better access to resources in the future. Thinking of this, Yi Heng suddenly silently put the production of the 6 soil templates in his heart, and then as long as he collected the materials step by step, he would definitely have the opportunity to make it in the future. When the time comes, he will be. It's almost incomparable. After briefly enjoying the idea of making 6 soil templates in the future, Yi Heng focused on the other rewards given by the system. They are the core of the production process of Heavenly Dao Painman, psychic beasts, toad wentai, slugs. As for psychic beasts, there is simply nothing to say about this. It is a psychic beast that is said to be a 3 ninja. Basically, it is comparable to the 5th order monsters and can obtain the remaining 2 psychic beasts. It also allowed him to replenish his strength again, and he would also have the power to fight against a more powerful 5th order copy in the future. The next material attracted Yi Heng's full attention. The core of the production process of Heavenly Dao Pain. This seems to be related to the Heavenly Dao Pain production template that the system gave him before. But as for what the effect is, it is still unknown. Thinking of this, Yi Heng directly asked the system for an application to inquire about the information, and soon a detailed introduction to the core of the production process of the Heavenly Dao Pain appeared in front of him. The core of the Tian Dao Pain production process. After the host uses it, it can directly gather all the materials for making the Tian Dao Pain production template. Close black lens bracket. Just after Yi Heng asked the system, a line of words suddenly popped up in front of him, although the number of words was very small. But after Yi Heng finished reading it, his heart suddenly began to be ecstatic. This is actually something that can directly produce Heavenly Dao Pain. In other words, as long as you use it, you can directly obtain Heavenly Dao Pain. Cool. Without any hesitation, Yi Heng first clenched the core of the Heavenly Dao Pain production process in his hand, and with the transmission of ideas, the core in his hand suddenly turned into pieces, and then the material process on the Heavenly Dao Pain production template he had before suddenly reached 100%. Then a young man with orange hair wearing the uniform of the Shao organization appeared in front of him, and unlike the other pains, the expression displayed by Heavenly Dao Pain was more like contempt. Despising all mortals also possesses great power. It is also the pain who has the most power assigned to the Eye of Reincarnation, Vientian Heavenly Introduction, Shinra Tianzheng. And so on, all the skills necessary for the Eye of Reincarnation. You can even use Super Shinra Celestial Sign, Earth Explosion Celestial Star. With his joining, the pain he has can really show his true strength. It's unrealistically powerful. This was Yi Heng's most intuitive idea after the other party was successfully produced. Right now, he already has the ability to protect himself, and the next step is to upgrade the 6 paths of pain that he has to a 4-dimensional attribute. Just in case. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? 34. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? Chapter 34. Heavenly Dao Pain. I finally made all the pain templates. This strength is a huge improvement. Quote. Yi Heng looked at Heavenly Dao Pain standing in front of him, and his heart was filled with deep joy. Being able to have such a powerful puppet would not have any opponents among the entire profession of the same age. And in the future he will have 6 strips of soil to make templates, as long as you can make it. Even if you encounter a demon disaster in the future, you will definitely be able to fight a battle. Open black lens bracket ding dong. Congratulations to the host for successfully crafting Heavenly Dao Pain and successfully obtaining part of the ability of the reincarnation eye. Close black lens bracket. ... Just when Yi Heng was excited about how the future should develop, a message reminder box popped up in front of him again. It is hinted that he has successfully obtained the reincarnation eye ability that he possesses from Heavenly Dao Pain. This indicates that he will now also be able to unleash the ability of Heavenly Dao Pain, but to be honest, because of the difference in wisdom points, the intensity he released must be far inferior to Heavenly Dao Pain. But as long as it continues to develop at this rate, maybe the power he has will gradually catch up with all pain in the future. Even above all pain. Check it out, the detailed data of Tian Dao Pain. It's definitely a lot stronger than the other pain. After Yi Heng silently felt the reincarnation eye power he had just obtained, he sank his mind into his body and directly viewed the data panel of Heavenly Dao Pain according to the system permissions. With a crisp sound of electricity, a large number of message boxes suddenly flashed in front of him. Puppet. Tendo Pain. Strength. 1400. Agility. 1300. Physical Strength. 1400. Wisdom. 2150. Skill. Rain Tiger Freedom Technique. Tendo Pain injects his own chakra into the rain and can operate it with perceptual ninjutsu. Shinra Tensai. Centered on himself, he bounces off all surrounding objects and ninjutsu and causes damage to them. Super Shinra Tianjung. Concentrate all the chakras of the 6 paths of pain on the Heavenly Dao, concentrate the power and burst out, and repel everything around, affecting a range of more than 10 kilometers. P.S. No side effects. Vientian Tianian. Self-centered, attracting designated targets to oneself. Ground Explosion Star. Both hands highly condense the chakra into a black sphere. The sphere automatically floats in the air and will attract everything around it in a large area, and at the same time use the attracted rock to create a huge rock sphere to wrap the opponent, and the enemy cannot move after being wrapped in rocks. Opening square bracket. Advanced conditions. 8th Order Warcraft Core X10, Gravitational Dragon Tooth X40, Repulsive Spirit Beat X50, Pure Soul X500. P.S. After progressing, the 4-dimensional attributes will be improved, but the shape and skills will not change. ... Shish. What a horrible statistic. In addition to the wisdom points that have already broken through 3,000 points. The rest of the strength, agility, and physical strength are actually more than 1,000. The 4-dimensional attribute of the monster, just based on such attributes, all can pass the 5th order copy in a single pass. Not to mention, the power of so many reincarnation eyes. Quote. Yi Heng suddenly felt a deep satisfaction in his heart after reading the 4-dimensional attributes possessed by Heavenly Dao Pain, as well as various detailed skills. Now his strength has been greatly improved. The most important thing right now, it is to collect as many monster materials as possible and improve the pain he has already obtained to a 4-dimensional attribute. Besides, he also has something that must be completed, that is, to make the 6 Earth Puppet templates. If this thing is made, it is Shenwei plus Reincarnation Eye plus the power of the 6 paths. Strong to pervert, let Yi Hengdu began to think about it, and his heart was also full of expectations, the day when he could completely make it in the future. Without enjoying it for long, Yi Heng also chose to leave the Demon Refining Tower directly. Now he has been rewarded with the best achievement mission. There is no longer any need to stay in the tower to waste time. At the same time, just as Yi Heng successfully reached the top of the Demon Refining Tower, the outside world completely began to boil, and everyone expressed their disbelief for this effect. Really fake. Yi Heng actually managed to reach the 10th level of the Demon Refining Tower. I'm not dreaming. I really can't figure it out. How the hell did this happen? The 10th layer of the Demon Refining Tower has begun to refresh the 5th order monsters. Is anyone really able to kill this monster at this stage? I kind of get it now. People and human talents cannot be compared. People of my age have actually successfully reached the top of the Demon Refining Tower, and I don't even have the qualifications to enter the Demon Refining Tower. Quote. 10th Order Refining Demon Tower. He really has made history. Quote. At this moment, the periphery of the Demon Refining Tower was undoubtedly very lively, and they all expressed their shock that Yi Heng was able to successfully reach the top of the Demon Refining Tower. It stands to reason. This kind of thing is rare even if you look at the whole of wuxia, but this actually happened in front of your eyes. The impact is just too great. How is that possible? Someone got better grades than me. Quote. And also reached the 10th level of the Demon Refining Tower. Unbelievable. Quote. Bai Ruhua originally felt a little happy in her heart because she had successfully passed the 7th layer, but just after she walked out of the Demon Refining Tower, only to find out someone actually directly climbed to the 10th layer of the refining tower. What is this concept? As a person who entered the Demon Refining Tower at the same time, it is undoubtedly clearer. Brother, he actually reached the 10th floor of the Demon Refining Tower. Did he really get a full score in the college entrance examination? Quote. Tang Xiu suddenly felt a deep shock in his heart after learning that Yi Hang had actually reached the 10th layer of the Demon Refining Tower. After all, before the college entrance examination started, she was already planning to get a full score in this college entrance examination, and she felt a little incredible at that time. But now, the teacher assessment got full marks, and this time the Demon Refining Tower also successfully reached the highest level, the 10th layer. As a second-order professional, successfully defeated the 5th-order monster. This looks at the entire wuxia. It can also be regarded as the first person of the same rank. It's so strong that it feels unrealistic. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? 35. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? Chapter 35. At the same time, just when the news that Yi Hang had successfully reached the 10th layer of the refining demon tower with his status as a second-order professional began to spread throughout the Dragon Kingdom, the surrounding countries also immediately began to react. Neon, in the high-rise conference room, a group of tall people looked very serious, and their eyes were all focused on the document held by the person in front of them. These in recent years, a genius student who appears in the Dragon Kingdom. The strongest of them is even more rumored. With the power of the second-order professional template, kill monsters spawned by 5th-order quests. The middle-aged man standing in front of the square table first handed out his Chinese to the people in front of him, and then said lightly, just after his words fell. Several people in front of them suddenly began to make doubtful sounds. Second-order professionals kill 5th-order monsters. That's impossible. Such a terrifying potential. Even if you look at the entire Neon, no one can do it. It's simply a living demon. If he is allowed to grow, Neon will definitely suffer huge losses in the future. I can't imagine why there are always many talents within the Dragon Kingdom. Can a second-order professional really kill the monsters produced by the 5th-order copy? Incredible. This kind of genius must not be kept, otherwise it will be self-defeating. Amazing talent. People can't believe the authenticity of the information. The many Neon people sitting at the square table expressed their shock, and it was obvious that the news they had just learned was beyond their comprehension. How could someone be able to kill a 5th-order monster with the power of the second order? It is simply unimaginable. The truth is certainly far stranger than the rumors. Don't hide from everyone. This person who can kill 5th-order monsters with his second-order strength is named Yi Hang. And the career template that is just beginning to fuse is the puppeteer. Quote. Quote. The middle-aged man standing at the table continued to speak, and then took out a document marked "Warning" from the folder in his hand, and after taking a look, he shared it with others. Puppeteer. No way. This kind of puppet template, Neon is also a lot of examples, but most of them are the same as the inherent concept of career templates, very chicken. It is far less than the same period of professionals, and the career template has almost zero blessings for the professionals themselves. Quote. Perhaps, the puppet he made is very powerful. He already has the strength to fight against the 5th order. Even so, to be able to mobilize such a puppet, the mental power required is far beyond ordinary people's imagination, and it is not at all something that a professional who has just graduated from high school and has reached the second order of strength can have. After hearing the repeated explanations of the middle-aged man in front of him, the few people gathered around the table still did not believe what their ears heard. After all, a second-order professional who can kill beyond the level is already considered a genius. But how could someone be able to cross the 3rd order to kill? This is no longer a genius, but a demon. In any case, in order to get the puppet he made, or to eradicate a hidden danger in the future, I order you to organize a sixth order professional squad as soon as possible. Hunt it down. Quote. Decapitation completely. The middle-aged man standing at the table did not talk nonsense, and directly stated his plan. That is to prepare to take advantage of Yi Heng's not developed, directly let him die completely. In this way, the threat of the Dragon Kingdom can be cut off. It is indeed necessary to intercept it. If it is not disposed of as soon as possible, it is likely to cause irreparable disaster. It's a monster. It must be killed in the cradle. Otherwise, unimaginable disasters are likely to occur. After hearing the middle-aged man's order, everyone sitting around expressed their approval. After all, anyone who hears this kind of news will feel a deep shock. Not to mention that the other party is still from the Dragon Kingdom. But if he is allowed to develop normally, the threat he can cause in the future is unimaginable, and it may even cause irreparable disasters. People have to be careful. Kimchi Country, in the central discussion hall. A group of people were gathered around, discussing something, and some of them immediately caused the shock and exclamation of the people around them after taking out the folder. Name: Yi Heng. Class template: Puppet Master. Age: 18. Strength rank: 2nd. Order: Past, 5th order monster copy. Strength unknown. Is this news sure it's true? How could such a demon appear? One of the people in a suit couldn't help but start exclaiming after reading the information in his hand, what kind of joke is this? Age 18. He actually already has the power to pass the 5th order monster copy. And this person is actually a 2nd order puppeteer. Isn't this a joke? You are all top hunters, and now the top orders you to go to the Dragon Kingdom and strangle this person named Yi Heng in the cradle in advance. Don't tell me anything else, that doesn't matter. This mission must be successful. The threat of the other party growing up is too great. The man in the suit dropped this sentence, and then released the task of hunting Yi Heng to the few people in front of him, and then left here quietly. There was no idea to explain it. Dragon Kingdom Yi Heng. I didn't expect such a terrifying monster to come out there, but as long as it is a threat to us, no matter how strong it is in the future, it will definitely fall next. There are too many people who have not yet grown up and fallen in the cradle, and they are not inferior to him alone. Indeed, it is necessary to strangle him in the cradle now, so that he does not have any chance to fight back. Soon, the eyes of several Pickle Country hunters who received the task showed a fierce light, because they saw the rich reward of this mission. That's enough for them to live a long, long life. You can even use this to raise your strength to a very high level. Thinking of this, several people did not hesitate at all, and first went home to bring the necessary weapons. I took the nearest flight directly to Dragon Country. Follow the location provided above in the mission, hunt it down, and bring back all the puppets made by the other party.